Hey, we are live. Welcome to Real Deal Live.
Excellent, excellent. I'm just trying to find a way.
We've got our special guest, Grant Osborne from Finders Keepers here. I'm actually going to get up and go step outside. And we got 3 people in here, it looks like, so far.
Yeah, 2 are me.
Grant Osborne from Finders Keepers here. I've got an echo now. I'm actually okay. Again, welcome to Real Deal Live. We've got my friend Grant Osborne on here, and we're going to have a little chat. Grant, I saw a reel of yours just a little while ago. Did you lose your magnet?
I did. Sorry, I'm just trying to plug in some headphones so you don't get feedback.
We got Judy Menzel in the house. We got Busby in the house. Looks like we got 7 or 8 people on here. Bob Kraft. Hello, Bob. We got 9 people in the house. So, Grant, did you lose your magnet? Grant, can you hear me? Okay, I'm not. Grant, I'm not hearing you. We got Stewart and Talca in the house. Grant, can you hear me, brother? Okay, looks like I'm in here by myself right now. We'll try Grant again here in a minute. So, how's everybody doing here? Grant, if you can hear me, you're going to have to pop back in on backstage. Talca's asking me if I speak Espanol. No, I do not. I don't know if anybody else in the house does. Judy's being lazy today. We will try to get Grant back up here in a second. I don't know what's happening. But regardless, we will continue with the live until he pops back in here and getting him on. Okay, Grant says he's fixing his mic. Well, we've got a beautiful day here in Kentucky. It is very sunny and it's about 70 degrees. I'm going to do some bridge fishing later today. Shannon will be going to her aunt's like she does on most Saturdays to visit her aunt and uh, help take care of her a little bit. Grant still says he's fixing his mic. We will get it going here, guys. I promise you. Okay, he says he might have to do a YouTube link. His laptop mic isn't working. Grant, can you use your phone from StreamYard? Walking back in the house. My buddy Ezra is over talking to himself. Okay, guys, we may have to do a pop-up from YouTube Live.
I'll wait and see if he can do it on his phone.
Grant, see if you can do it on your phone, brother, if you don't mind. From StreamYard. We got 7 people in here. Talka, I wish I could speak Spanish, my friend, but I just know a few words that get me in trouble. Stuart says this is the trouble with mics and headphones. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we have that same problem, Stuart.
microphones especially.
Especially on microphones, man. The microphones we always having problems with it, but we got that new wireless mic, and it's just it's a pain in the butt
It's
to try
nice
to.
when it works.
It's nice that it works, but you have to unglove to turn it on, and then turn the camera on as well, and reglove, and then.
Okay, can you get the link of this
Okay,
message off your phone?
can you get the link off your phone, Grant?
Or do I need to send
Or
it
does
in?
Shannon need to send you the link again? I'll tell you what. Why don't we let Shannon send the link again, just in case. Hang on, brother.
Yeah, it's on this phone, so hold on.
Hold on, guys.
Where are you?
He's up on top.
I know, but where are you? I was gonna send it there.
It's 1189.
Okay, back again. Grant, Shannon just sent the link to you from her phone. Sorry about all this, guys. We will get it straightened out,
Hopefully.
hopefully. I don't know if y'all checked it out today or not, but Barry Chalk from Hertz Family Adventures put up a nice video kind of showing off a place. I'm not sure what it was called. I can't remember what it was called. But Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn got married there at this place. Okay, we're working on it, guys. We got 10 people in here. Grant, we sent you the link. I don't know if you got it or not, brother. Okay, let me try it here.
You got him back?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, I think we're good.
There we go.
I apologize. My Bluetooth speakers, headphones didn't work with the laptop. Neither did the normal wired ones. So there must be a problem with the audio on the laptop. But sorry for the
That's,
delay.
that's quite all right, brother. We understand the tech problems. We have them all the time too.
Magnets away, that's just-
Yeah, I'm not very tech savvy.
Yeah,
Uh,
neither are we. Hey, our buddy Graham is in the house. Magnets away. Graham, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know Graham from Magnets Away. He's got a new magnet called the Mega Cube.
I know, and it looks
God,
great. It looks great, but I'm a little bit skeptical about the shape of it. I can see having problems with getting snagged. I mean,
yeah,
not to bash on Magnetar, they're absolutely brilliant. I'm sure they know what they're doing, but I would have at least curved off the corners like a dice, just round them off corners off just a little bit, and it could make all the difference.
yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, it's a magnetar magnet, and it's got to be a great one.
It's got to be a monster, definitely.
Ollie in the house. What's up, buddy? As I was saying, I saw a reel of yours earlier today, and it looked like. Did I see that you lost your magnet?
I did for about 12 hours. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning at sunrise to take the kayak out, and I managed to save it. I've got some footage that will be up tomorrow.
That's great. Yeah, like Shannon said, that's dedication. Yeah, no magnets left behind is my philosophy.
My magnets are my babies. If I haven't got my equipment, I can't fish. So
that's right.
I have two smaller 360s, but once you're using a big one, you can't really downgrade. You know, you're just sliding off your fines, and it kills me.
No, which one do you use? The E90 or?
No, I'm currently with Online Magnets, and I use their Evo 1600 kg. So I think in pounds, it's a little under 4,000, 3,500, something in that ballpark.
Yeah, and that's similar to the one that I use. I use the Kratos Titan.
I had one for a total of 6 weeks, and it got stuck. It's the only magnet I've not been able to rescue, but I do have a plan to head back there later on in the summer when the water drops.
Absolutely. Those 360 magnets, man, are really game changers. They make a difference.
Yep.
Now I was using clamp magnets before that, which I still like the clamp magnets as well. But
I don't anymore.
Once we got the 360s,
there's
once
no
we got
going back.
Yeah, it's game over. It's different.
That's it. I had a clamp as well for my first magnet, but within a month I upgraded. It was too small, and you just feel it sliding off everything it touches, and just like, no, it's not good enough. So I upgraded, and I just keep upgrading every couple of months now.
Yeah, you got to go with what feels best for you. I mean, I still know a lot of people that use the clamps, and again, I will use them on different situations as well. But I think everybody basically started off with the Amazon magnets, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I actually skipped the Amazons. I went straight to Online Magnets, which is one of the bigger companies over here. But it was only a 250 kg clamp combined, so it was like the smallest, weakest one they had. And don't get me wrong, it pulled up a few bits, but I was hungry for more. I was definitely hungry for more.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you start fishing with, and again, I'm not ever going to talk about anybody's magnet because they all do the same thing. They all pull up metal from the water. But
exactly.
Once you start going with a reputable company,
that's it.
You know, there's no going back. We find, I don't know if you ever heard of a place called Harbor Freight.
I have, yeah. A lot of the Americans like to start off with them. They're them big square magnets, and I don't think they're even neodymium. I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong on that one, but I don't hear good things. I don't hear good things about them.
I mean, they would be all right for kids, I guess, but
yeah, sure.
We found one a couple years back
Mhm.
that was attached to a what was it, a shopping cart?
It was a big fan.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
attached.
the reason it was stuck is because the rope was stuck.
The magnet was stuck onto a like what we call a box fan over here,
Mhm. Yep.
a little window fan, and the rope was stuck through a shopping cart, and we pulled them both up. We pulled it both up with the Kratos magnets, you know, the magnet
Nice.
cart and the box fan. But you'll find those, you know, all over the place in the
Mhm.
water out here. You know, people trying to use them. People also started off using those speaker magnets, I think,
Okay.
from the stereo speakers.
That's old school. I believe that's where like magnet fishing originated from. People were just attaching ropes to big old speaker magnets and started chucking it in that way. I hear that's how it started, at least anyway.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those.
My Amazon magnet was
Yeah. Shannon's first magnet. Now, I'm telling the truth here. It was a small magnet. It was probably
it was probably this size.
It was
the size of a full dollar.
about the size of a like a $half, like that, and it was probably a 200 or 300 pound pull.
Yeah.
It was from Amazon, but I tell you what, man, that little magnet pulled up all kinds of stuff. She pulled up. I mean,
you can get lucky with Amazon. You can get lucky.
Yeah, I pulled up the top part of a fire hydrant with one of those.
Bloody hell! They got to have some weight to them and things.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe it, but eventually it got lost in another river we went fishing at. It got stuck onto a handrail that was thrown into the water, and we couldn't pull it up. And she misses that thing every day. But she uses what's called a Kratos Artemis. It's a 2,400 pound pull, and
yeah, sure.
Yeah, and she absolutely loves it. You can throw that thing all day long, and your arm doesn't hurt, but it will pull up. It will pull up everything, man.
That is the flaw with the bigger magnets. They do tire you out for a little while, and after a couple of hours, my back can't handle it. So, yeah, the bigger ones are great, but after a while, you know, it doesn't hurt to swap to a smaller one or only bring the bigger magnet out when you need it. You know.
Right. Now you have back problems yourself, right?
Yeah. I damaged my coccyx and my tailbone a few years ago working. So if I like bend over the wrong way or lean over, I had to lift in a very specific way to keep myself out of trouble. So as soon as I started getting the signs, you know, it's time to pack up and clean up. I'm by myself anyway, and it's just hard for me to get out. Hard for me to spend a lot of time. I mean, when I first started doing the magnet fishing, I did YouTube. I was doing full-length videos, half hour, 45 minutes. But I had 3 children. I have another one on the way. My eldest son is disabled. So fishing is just a hobby. That's why I've shortened down to reels and shorts and stuff like that now. My back at the time is just, I can't commit to full-time videos anymore. So.
Yeah, I understand that completely. I mean, you know, being a father and having, you know, 3 kids and one on the way. I mean, that's got to be hard. Plus, you know, yeah. I mean, it's you gotta you know, throw your time around sparingly to, you know, other things besides. I mean, you know, life takes up all the time you got basically, and you know, people. How can I say this? We love magnet fishing. It is a big part of our life, but our grandson comes first.
Of course.
Before anything else, you know. And I mean, I totally get it, man. You got to set your priorities right.
Family always comes first.
Absolutely. Ollie said that. Let me see. Let me go back.
Ollie said that they got a massive safe out last week and had 3 magnets on it, and they had to winch it out. They had to winch it out, but nothing in it as always.
I've never had a big safe. I get a lot of small little cash boxes, but I've never really had a big old safe yet.
You know what? Neither have we. We've gotten a couple of safe doors out, but we've never found any safes.
Yeah. I mean, no, I think I've had one safe door, but that's really about it. I mean, I'm in the countryside. I'm in Dorset, England, so you don't get a lot of dodgy finds around this way.
Yeah, there's not many canals in Dorset, are there?
No, I've in 3 years of magnet fishing, I've never set foot on a canal. You know, I get envious because I watch the videos. They've got a clear path, no trees, no rubble, no woods or anything like that. And here's me like hanging from trees trying to dig out every single spot I can possibly get to. But you got to do what you got to do. I mean, my rivulet is probably similar to yours. The River Stour is my playground, and it's like for me, I've got 12 miles access end to end. So I have short little streams. I take the waders in. I have the big river. If I can't get to a bank, I try to take the kayak out, but I have a lot of trouble with the local swans recently. They keep shooing me off.
Oh wow! Yeah, you're.
I know you don't have swans in America, but they could be absolutely terrifying when they're charging at you in beast mode.
Well, when you're in a kayak, yeah, I can understand that.
You're head level with them, you know, and they can break bones with them wings. So
right, now we've got a lot of geese and ducks that have taken over our river.
Geese are just as nasty, but
yeah,
no, swans are more powerful by far.
Oh yeah. But our geese, man, we love filming them, and they follow us all the time. Mm-hmm. They'll sit and watch us fish and whatever, and I guess waiting for us to churn up a bunch of stuff for them to eat. But they're funny. Buddy Big's in the house. Hello, buddy. Cape Cod is.
Only certain breeds are protected by the royalty, by the crown. I forget what they are, but there's only one breed that's actually legally protected by them. So in theory, if the swans do attack me, I can just get my oar and crack it over the head. But I don't want to do that. I take my children to feed those swans almost every day after school. I'm cleaning their river. I don't want to hurt them. I'm in their territory. I don't want to upset them. You know what I mean? If they shoo me off, I just get out or go to a different area, you know?
Yeah, and that's all you can do. I mean, and that's, basically that's what we're doing this for is for the wildlife.
Exactly.
Buddy Big said you need to learn some kung fu and condition your arms so that the swan won't break your bones.
You can't do kung fu with a kayak, man. You're like waist down, and after a half hour in that thing, your legs, you can't feel them. You know what I mean? They go numb.
I bet.
Yeah.
We don't get in canoes or kayaks, but we get into the water. We wade the water with our.
I know you do. Yeah.
Waders, and I'm in the water with my walker, and I can't wait until the water goes down to where I can get back in the water, man. I like fishing from the bank and bridges, but I'm a water bug, man. I love being in it.
I love to get it.
A lot of people think that's strange, but I do love being inside of the water.
Why would that be strange? It's awesome. Absolutely.
I know.
You can get right stuck in.
Cape Cod said, "Oh, come on! If the Karate Kid can do it, you can."
Karate Kid's an actor.
Yeah. What we do is real life.
Exactly. Yeah.
We got 11. It looks like 11 or 12 people in here right now. They're coming and going.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: I don't know if I've seen any videos of you. Do you do any bottle collecting or anything like that?
No, I do have a very big Victorian dump near me. I found shards there. One of them was I forget some kind of mason bottle, but it had the date of 1860 on it, and I will send you some pictures personally. Shards everywhere for as far as the eye can see, 200-300 yards just all over the floor. But the problem with that area is private property, and I'm still trying to get permission to go back there because you got to do it properly. You know, I ain't
Yeah.
trying to get in trouble, and
Yeah, exactly.
if it don't belong to me, I'm not taking it. So simple as that.
Kingfisher said, "Did you see the good news last night? We smashed through 700 subs." Yes, Stuart, I did see that,
Did,
and
yep.
congratulations, congratulations, brother.
Well done. Because I think
Uh,
me and Kingfisher, we probably started around the same time, YouTube wise at least. Anyway, so no, he's smashing it. He's gone up to 700.
Yeah, I think y'all did. I remember seeing both of you about the same time, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how long have you been magnet fishing now? Besides
A little under 3 years. It started during COVID lockdown. I saw a few videos on YouTube. I think it was Danny Dip, outdoor influencer, a couple of others, and I binged them videos all day, and then straight away I just ordered a magnet there, and then it gave me the perfect excuse to get out, get some exercise, be left alone, and enjoy the summer because we was all shut indoors. So it was a perfect excuse for me to get out, and I've just embraced it and become fully addicted ever since. So,
Yeah, that's funny to me. Most of the people from England or from the UK in general, they watch the people from the US. Shannon and I started magnet fishing because of the people in the UK.
funny, isn't it?
I didn't even know magnet fishing existed in the US. Like I said, we started watching. I think the first one we saw was Blackpool, Steve Harrison from Blackpool, and DS, and
magnet fishing, yeah,
and a few and a handful of other ones. I don't know, and I always say this, and people probably get tired of hearing it, but I don't care. The UK is our home, away from home. That is where we would love to be, and it's on our bucket list to go there.
If you ever make it over, George, you and Shannon, more than welcome to come to Dorset for a fish. More than welcome. I've got some good metal detecting permissions as well. It's produced a couple of Roman coins. You're more than welcome to join me.
Well, I appreciate that. The only problem, and I really do appreciate that, and I know you mean that, the only problem is we're scared to death of flying.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to bite the bullet sooner or later because England ain't going to come to you.
Yeah, that is true. Now, I have flown twice in my life. Once in a helicopter, once on a round trip flight from here to Dallas, Texas. But the Dallas, Texas trip was not only an hour and a half, 2 hours flight. So I think from here to England is like 8 hours?
At least. When I was 15, 16, I went to Vegas, and that was 11-hour flight. So yeah, it's at least 10 hours, 8 hours. It's in that ballpark.
Now, what's a young man from Dorset going to Vegas for?
My father he just took me and my brothers on a holiday, and it's a shame because my whole family are big on poker, and here's me just wanting to get on the tables, but you can't. If you deviate from that red carpet, security are on you. You can't even watch your family play. You know, they're on your case. So yeah, I will go back to Vegas one day. So it's on my own personal bucket list to drop $1,000 on the poker tables. So one day it'll happen.
Well, I'm not
a little bit of poker.
I'm not dropping $1,000 anywhere. I'll pick $1,000 up.
Well, I'm not a gambler, but I see people bet on horses, football, and that bet is out of their hands. When it comes to poker, it's all down to your own personal greed. So it's in your hands. So if you lose, it's on you. So that's the way I see it.
You're right. And Shannon is a big poker player. Shannon is a big gambler. She loves to gamble.
I've gambled away my mortgage before.
She said she's gambled away her mortgage before. She's got
Never gone that deep. Never gone that deep.
Yeah, Shannon's got issues with gambling. That's why she does not gamble anymore.
For the best.
but she wants to. And I love we both love poker, especially Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Omaha, but I prefer Hold'em
Yeah,
easily.
yeah, we do too. And that's funny.
I saw on this live a couple of weeks ago. You mentioned that a couple of years ago you were doing some Randonautica videos.
Yeah.
How did you find that? Because I look into it and it's bloody terrifying. I've seen some sketchy stuff on these videos.
I'll put it to you this way. And I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but Randonautica is fake.
You reckon?
Well, we've done it.
Well, you got to start it on everything, though.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will say this about Randonautica. It's what actually got us started magnet fishing, honestly. If we had not started doing Randonautica, we never would have ended up magnet fishing. But and got us out of the house. You know, we're both disabled, so we were looking for something to get us out of the house, and we found it. And Randonautica was the doorway to it.
Things happen for a reason.
I said it was fake. I'm not gonna. I'll take that back. I don't know that it's completely and all the way
I
fake.
think there's a mixture. Yeah. There's a couple of people that do it legit, and there's a couple of people, like a lot of YouTube, it's just staged. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I'll go as far as saying this. I've seen magnet fishers stage videos.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely everywhere.
And I won't mention no names, but I'll leave it at this. I've seen some U.S. magnet fishers stage videos.
Yeah, it don't surprise me. People get click happy.
Yeah.
People want their views.
Hey, my buddy Barry Chalk's in the house. We were just talking about his video. I'll tell you, not to change the subject, but again, he put up a video today where Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn got married at this Anne Boleyn. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I said Boleyn, but Anne Boleyn. But it was a very cool video and a very cool site that he went to. But back to Randonautica, we done it numerous times, and we only did like 2 or 3 videos on it. And it started off pretty sketchy, to be honest. I mean, we thought we had cars, but we thought we had cars following us. We honestly did. And we found some strange stuff, but it was never like what we saw on the videos. You know, I don't know if you, and I don't really like mentioning their names, but I will. CJ Faison and Josco and Omar Gosh. They did all the.
Omar. My missus, my wife used to watch some of his videos. I'm like, how can you watch this stage crap? Really? It is all an act, every single bit of it. He's got oh my gosh, he's got a friend called Mo, and I remember you saying that you got into magnet fishing through one of his videos. And the only video I've ever seen of him magnet fishing, he was literally swimming in the ocean with a magnet, and there was a sword at the bottom, not a spot of rust on it. It had been clearly bought that day and dropped down there, and just like anybody in the know, they it's just like it's too clean, no chance, unless it was thrown in that day, no chance.
Mo Sargi was the first person in the U.S. that I saw magnet fishing, and it really piqued my interest. I knew what he was doing was fake,
and I didn't like it when we started. Remember?
And Shannon, when we first started magnet fishing, she hated it.
Really?
Yeah, she thought it was stupid and couldn't, until she found her first find. When she found her first find, and I think it was a catfish bell.
Yeah.
It was a little catfish bell. Man, she got hooked. Let me tell you, she got hooked.
One good find to get you hooked on it. Really
and I'll be honest with you, the people that I watch, including you, I consider professional magnet fishers, and I consider us professional magnet fishers. But I'll say this: Shannon is a better magnet fisher than I am.
Women are luckier. Women are just luckier. I feel that way anyway.
Yeah, and let me tell you this: there are like 4 or 5 women that I've watched magnet fish,
Hmm.
and there are 3 of them that I consider the hardest working people in magnet fishing,
Yeah.
and
Go on.
Shannon's one of them. And the other 2, I'll say this is Tracy Howarth
Yep.
and Marie from Peaky's.
Speaking of Tracy, let's give her a quick shout out because this is gorgeous.
Absolutely. Let me. Yeah, I saw that.
Why
I
not
saw
people
that
like
on. I saw that on Facebook the other day,
that?
and that was Tracy does some awesome
She
work.
does. Brilliant.
Hello,
Brilliant stuff.
friend. She is just a wonderful person in general,
Hmm.
and I really wish she would start a YouTube channel. I've
Yeah.
tried to talk. I've tried to talk to her to get her talked into it, but I don't know why she won't. But she pulls up some of the most amazing stuff, and you'll see it on other people in Northwest.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, one of the hardest working people in magnet fishing is Tracy.
I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Yeah, it would be cool to see more videos from her, but there's so many people that do it that just aren't very tech savvy. You know, it took me ages to learn how to edit and upload and all that crap. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's all right
Well, I
once you
mean,
get the hang of it.
and the reason I call Shannon one of the hardest workers in magnet fishing is because she does all of our editing. She does all, until recently she did all the filming, but we got a 3rd camera now that I feel comfortable with, and I use it. So she's
Cool.
not having to go back and forth
Yeah,
between everybody.
yeah. I
Um,
tried messing around with multiple cameras. I don't like it. I just stick one on the hat, and the POV is what you get. So
yeah. Well, Shannon wears one on her chest, and then I carry a tripod, a small tripod GoPro,
hmm.
uh, and I hook it onto my walker, and I pick it up as needed.
That's a good idea.
And it's been a lot easier that way. And we detached the microphone that was hooked to it because it had a wired mic on the side, and it just was not working
Yeah,
properly. So I've just been using the internal microphone on it, and that works.
yeah,
It works perfectly. And Shannon's got a wireless mic now for her camera.
yeah.
So we struggled for a couple of years with microphones. It's
Hmm.
ridiculous.
Yeah. For the
But
longest time, I just had my phone with one of them chest straps, and I found myself just awkwardly pointing my chest at every single find. But since I've been using a cheap little camera I bought for like 60 quid on Amazon, it just screws onto me hat, and everything I see, the camera sees. The microphone's like 3 inches from my face, so I don't have to worry about projecting my voice or anything. It's just convenient. It works so much better.
exactly, and I say GoPro with the ones we got are the Amazon imitation
GoPros
GoPro.
look good, but they're just too expensive. I can't justify 5, 6, 700 pound on a camera. I spent less than £100 on this camera. It's lasted me a year and a half, and there's still no fault to it. It does 4K,
Yeah,
no complaints.
exactly, and that's
No
what we've
complaints.
done. We've got all 3 of these cameras have been bought from Amazon, and the only problem we've ever had was with the microphone, and we've got that straightened out now.
Hmm.
And we still haven't spent over $100 on a camera. Now when we first started doing the Ram the Nautica, we had one of those handheld big jobs,
Yeah,
and it cost a couple $100. And to be honest with you, it
that
was
wasn't much better.
junk. It was junk. I mean, well, I say it was not junk. It had great picture quality, but we stopped doing the Ram the Nautica and started doing paranormal stuff.
Hmm.
And take us for what it's worth. We went to one paranormal site, and the camera stopped working.
Yeah,
Take it
that's
for what
kind of
it's worth.
trippy.
Yeah, I
See,
mean,
I
we
was
went
a
to
huge skeptic for a very, very long time. It's like I always hear a ghost story from a friend or family, and just whatever. And then I think it was about 15 years ago. My dad does flooring, and I was working on a house with him out in the countryside, and he had the keys. He went in, we did the carpet. He didn't see anybody all day. And as I was leaving, I waved goodbye to the customer, an elderly lady, and she said bye. And then my dad's like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "The owner." He's like, "There's nobody in this house. The owner had passed, and it was being refurbished for her son and his wife." He's like,
See,
that
I
sent
mean,
a shiver down my spine immediately. That the house was empty and had been for months.
I just now got goosebumps when you was talking about that.
Oh, mate, I've just done it to myself. I've always been a skeptic, never been a believer, but after that encounter, I can't explain it. There was nobody else in the house who was there all day. You know,
Yeah,
you hear the noises all day, and then at the end of it, when I said bye to her, she said bye back, and just like there was nobody there.
yeah, you sound a lot like me. I was a skeptic. I saw all these paranormal videos, and I saw them on TV, the ghost hunting videos and stuff. And I was like, "Come on, I can explain most of this stuff away."
Mm-hmm.
And still, I still try to debunk what I can. But
It's a natural human response to try and debunk what you don't understand. But when you see it, when you hear it, when you feel it, how can you debunk it?
Exactly, and you cannot. There's some things you cannot explain away. I've told this story before. Shannon and I went to a very old cemetery here in Kentucky where we live, and it's called Salem Cemetery.
Oh,
and
the pagans.
I'm sorry.
Is that like a pagan cemetery then, or?
No, it's called Salem. It's just the name of it was the name of the church. It was there,
Gotcha.
and it dated back to like the early 1800s. And I heard a noise there that wasn't explainable. I turned around. Shannon was running back to the car, and I said, "Well, I guess I better go." And got back to the car. And when we got home, something came with us.
I remember you was talking about that a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, rather you than me, man. Bloody hell.
It's totally unexplainable. We saw it was nighttime that night. Well, of course, nighttime at night, but it was very dark. But we saw I can only call it a black blob that went by us. It was darker than night. Is the only way I can explain it. And then we heard that sound, and Shannon took off, and then I took off.
My buddy would have taken off as well.
Yeah, and ever since then we've had stuff happening. We had a guy a few weeks ago. His name is Matt. He asked us if we would do a live paranormal investigation for him for his group, and I told him we would. And the minute, I'm talking within 30 seconds of me agreeing to doing that, a figurine flew off our baker's rack in the kitchen. And I'm not talking just fell off. I'm talking about it was across the room. There's no way possible it could have fallen off and rolled across there like that. It had to be thrown across. And after that, I got to thinking. Shannon and I got to talking. We said, no, we're not going to do any kind of paranormal.
What you don't understand. You shouldn't anyway.
Exactly. And I had to apologize to Matt about it because I'd already agreed to do it, but there's no way I'm endangering my family over this. It's been pretty quiet here. The occasional odd and end noise and everything. Some things been moved, but other than that, nothing until that figurine got thrown across the room. And when I said that we would not investigate, we haven't had anything happen. So, take it for what it's worth. I'll leave it at that. I'm not doing
Well,
it.
just hope it dies down for you, because nobody wants that hanging over their shoulder.
No. I'm sorry I'm smoking on live, guys, but I got a bad habit.
That's why I'm trying to quit.
Well, I quit.
Multiple times I've tried quitting.
I quit for 8 weeks when I had my neck surgery, and the minute I took the brace off my neck, I went back to smoking. So
the best I ever did was 8 months, but it only took one bad day, an argument with a friend, and just have a cigarette, then another one, then another one. But yeah, well, I've been smoking for 20 years, so it's gonna be hard to kick it now.
Let me see. Let me look back at these comments real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Bob Kraft says magnet fishing gives me something to do so I don't go crazy and get more depressed. I hear you, Bob. I understand that.
100%. 100%.
We got somebody called Brun Free. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. I've never seen you before. Quick pop in. I'm metal detecting today, 2 hours drive away. Well, good luck to you, Brun. Judy Menzel said,
for a while. I need to get back out.
well, we've got a new detector coming next week. We should have it, I think, Thursday. Oh man, what is it's it's one of those Xterra Pros or Xterra
one. My Lab Xterra Pro. Great machine. Brilliant in the water, brilliant on the beaches.
Yeah, we got one. We got an Amazon metal detector right now.
Yeah.
And it's called a Maye, I think is what it's called. I like it. Shannon doesn't like it. So I'm letting her have the Xterra, and I'll use the one that I got.
With metal detecting, they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. If you want to get fancy with the details and the depths and the tones, yeah, you can fork out all the money in the world. But the Xterra Pro is reasonably priced, and it's just a great middle ground for all the features. The fact that it's waterproof is what sold me. I take it in the stream, I take it to the beach when I can. That is, anyway. I don't live too close to the beach, but hopefully I get a bit of beach detecting this summer. But don't seem to find much on the beach. I do a lot better in the woods and the fields.
Yeah, Dorset is pretty close to the sea, isn't it?
It is, but I don't drive, unfortunately. So and I moved from London, and the reason I don't drive is because in London you've got buses, you've got tubes, you've got trains, you've got taxis, you've got everything you could need to get around.
Yeah.
And I'm in Dorset now, and the buses come every couple of hours. So I'm going through all my driving tests and lessons and all that as we speak. So hopefully by the end of the year I'll be driving. I'll be a lot more mobile, get to a lot more places.
Yeah.
It's well overdue.
We don't really have any beaches here in Kentucky. We're not anywhere close to the ocean. Ezra, stop it.
Yeah.
We're not anywhere close to the sea, but we do have a lot of rivers and streams, and a couple places have beaches on them for the the lakes and stuff.
Yeah.
But hold on one second, guys. Ezra, stop it. You got to turn it down, honey. Okay. I got my grandson with me, guys.
That's all right. We'll mind it downstairs.
See, Barry from Hertz says, I had something like that. Something did come with me. It was the wife. Barry, I am going to tell Lisa what you said.
Yeah, no comment on that one.
No comment. I know I'm just going back through the comments now. Ron said, I'm so pumped. I can hardly sleep from the excitement, and thank you. Judy Menzel says, I started smoking at age 12, turning 70 now. If I tried to quit now, I think my body would give up completely.
Yeah, probably killer. Yeah.
I hear you, Judy. I'm sorry. I was just trying to catch up on the comments. Sometimes I just don't even look at the comments when I'm talking to.
No, I've been a bit distracted with the comments today. So because I've got 2 screens on the go. I don't multitask very well.
Right. I don't multitask at all, really. But no, you was talking about that Xterra. Yeah, we got that coming. I think Thursday. Is it this Thursday? Okay.
It's a good machine. Very, very little setting up. You just press your program and go. You know, you don't have to discriminate. You don't have to adjust your sensitivity. The only thing you really have to do is reset your ground balance on every session. And you'll be fine. You know. But
Yeah.
yeah, when you get it, if you need any help, just give me a shout. I've been using mine for about a year now, and I've had some good results with it.
Shannon will definitely probably be the one giving you a shout because she will be using it. You'll be what? Yeah, she's the stick carrier. We just also got this pinpointer. Well, it's not a pinpointer,
Right,
really.
nice. I need one like that.
But it's also you can put this in water as well.
Yeah. Mine's waterproof, but it's XPMI4, I think it is. I went through about 5 or 6 cheap pinpointers, and they all died through water damage. But this thing, I've been using it for a year. It's fine. It's completely waterproof. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, no, we've got. I'm not sure what kind it is. It's the orange. I'm not good with remembering.
I think you're talking about the Garrett Carrot is the nickname they give it. I've never used one myself, but the pinpointer you got, they're brilliant in the rivers. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. We also got well, I guess what I call a strainer, but it's got a handle on it. You can pull up sand with it.
Yeah, like a scoop.
Yeah,
I've got one for the beach. I haven't had the chance to use it yet, but yeah, no, it's I don't know, it's the shape of it. It's just like a cone. It's got loads of holes and sieves, and you just put your foot on, scoop it up, and shake out everything. You're just left with the stones and the fines after.
Yeah,
so they're expensive, but you want them to last, and they go through some wear and tear. So it's worth putting in the money if you want it to last.
It's worth the money. If you're going to use it, and we plan on using it this summer when the water goes down quite a bit. Hopefully, man, we've had so much rain the past 3 weeks. It's pathetic.
It's been really nice here this last week, but it's just all winter. In the beginning of the spring, it's just been non-stop here. I had a 2-month period, but I didn't go out fishing at all because either the weather wasn't bad, the river was flooded, and it didn't matter if I went to a big stream or a little stream or the main river. It was just flooded absolutely everywhere. And, it was terrible.
Yeah, and that's the way ours is, man. I mean, the water has just been. It's funny. I will say that there's one location that the water. I don't know why, but the water is way down. But there's rocks everywhere, and I'm afraid to throw there.
Yeah. But that's where the waders come in handy. When it's too shallow to throw, you just drag it along.
But the problem is with the waders, there's really no way to get down there. It's below this one bridge, and there's no way.
There's no access.
I guess if I was in my 30s, I probably could. But I'd have to tie a rope off onto the bridge to get down the bank because it's like almost a straight down shot. That's the only problem with that one area. But the rest of it, man, is so high. You can't. It would be over my head. But we're like you. We got that one river, man. We got it's about a 12-mile stretch.
Yeah, no, that's the River Stour for me, and it's absolutely brilliant because where I'm situated in Blandford, it's a tiny little town in North Dorset, and I think there's 3 or 4 squaddy towns in the area, like military camps where they do training and they house all the troops and whatnot, and they've been here for 150 years. Most of them, they've been there for a long time, and I just find military finds absolutely everywhere because of it. In the ground, I find musket balls and black powder pouches. In the river, I'm finding guns, knives, bayonets, and stuff like that. It's like all my favorite finds tend to be military, and I had no idea when I first moved down here that there was all these barracks around me, because my first wow find was a World War One British water canteen. And I pulled it up. Oh, bloody hell! How did that get here? And then I actually researched the area I was living in. I thought, oh, there's military gear absolutely everywhere around here. You know,
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean,
Absolutely love it.
England has got to be littered with military finds. I mean, because World War One and Two.
Hmm.
I mean, hell, World War Two. The Germans were dropping bombs everywhere. I mean, they were fighting. England was fighting there in England.
That's it.
Let's see. Bob Kraft said, "It sucks getting old, doesn't it, George?"
It does. I'm 40 in a couple of months. I know that's not old by a lot of these guys' standards, but I'm feeling old. So.
Well, when you get, for lack of a better term, when you get disabled, you feel older than what you are.
And I'm sure. Yeah.
And with your back problems, I guarantee you that's making you feel a lot older than what you are.
I've been suffering. I couldn't walk for about 6 months when it first happened. It's been very gradual the physio I had to go through to get back on my feet. And if I just move it slightly the wrong way or put too much weight on a certain spot on my back, that's it. I'm out again for weeks. So I got to be very careful, very bloody careful. Yeah, it's not just the fishing and me having fun. I've got a family to look after, so I can't jeopardize it by going over the top.
Yeah. I didn't see Amy McFarland has popped in here. Hello, Amy.
Hey, mate.
Kingfisher says, "I'm lucky where I live. We have lots of canal networks and rivers." Yeah, quit bragging, Stuart.
Yeah. It's just there's such a high population for such an old country, such a small country as well. I mean, I think they're saying in America 100 years is old, but in England 100 miles is far, or vice versa. You know what I mean? And it's just there's so much here. There really is. I mean, my river has produced finds from World War One to Civil War, and the fields I found Roman and other artifacts. There's just so much history around here. I just wish I had more time to get out and get it. I found my hobbies in life way too late. If I found the magnificent metal detector in my 20s, I don't know what my collection would be like now. It'd be outstanding. I mean, it's pretty impressive as it is, but to think of all the years I've wasted not being a magpie, going around finding goodies. Yeah.
Well, like Sharon just said, you probably would not have appreciated it back in your 20s either.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I suppose so.
Like you said, though, here 100 years is old. I mean, we have found stuff dating back to just before the Civil War over here, which was in the 1860s. I think the earliest thing that we have found was probably that wagon wheel, which dated back to the 1830s.
Yeah. I think the oldest thing I found with the magnet is a horseshoe, and it's medieval. It's about 700-800 years old. I mean, it doesn't have to be glamorous, but the age to it is just outstanding.
We love the horseshoes. We've got. I couldn't tell you how many.
I've got buckets. It took me 3-4 months to find my first horseshoe. I've got about 300 sitting in the garden right now. Some of them are broken, some of them are beyond, but some of them are stunning. I've got some orthopedic horseshoes. I've got some Tudor keyhole horseshoes. It's just a variation. So many.
We love finding the small stuff, the horseshoes and whatnot. But one of our favorite things to find are buttons. We love the old. I mean, we found buttons dating from the early 1800s.
Nice. So military mainly then, or just in general?
Yeah. Stuart says, Grant, if we can arrange a weekend, you're more than welcome to come and stay, and I will take you to a canal in Birmingham. He said, let's arrange something.
Stuart, I've been wanting to make the collabs for about a year. It's just I started late in life with my family, so that takes my priority right now. My eldest son is 7 years old, so I started pretty damn late. If they were a bit older, I've been making the collabs every year, but give me a couple of years and then I'll make it a regular thing. So it's killing me. pretty much fish solo all the time and have done for almost 3 years. Friends will come and join me every now and again, but I enjoy it solo, to be honest with you. I look after a disabled child 24/7. I have a part-time job. I look after my missus who has health issues. So when I go out fishing for a couple of hours, it's just switch that off, me and the rope in the river, and that's what it's all about to me, you know.
Oh, I totally get that. I understand completely. You know, here's the thing with Shannon and I. There's nobody around us to fish with.
Same here. Well, there's one person, but I'm not going to say his name.
We'll leave that alone. But you know, we've actually had policemen throw the magnet out a few times with us.
I see the videos on YouTube, especially the Americans. It's like the cops either one extreme or the other. They either, oh wow, that's awesome. Can I try? Or they're like, you're wasting police time. Stop calling us for this. There's no in between with the American police. There really isn't.
No,
I can see anyway.
And I'll be honest with you, our policemen are great. They have been wonderful. They've been really wonderful to us. Of course, we don't call them unless we get a bomb or something like that.
Yeah.
But and hopefully you don't take me down for just saying that. But you know, we won't call them unless it's absolutely necessary.
Absolutely necessary. Yeah. I see a lot of English dippers. They find old guns and they're very, very quick to call the police. But if it's over, I think if they're pre-1880 and they're black powder or the ammo is what's the word I'm looking for? Discontinued, or you know, they don't produce it anymore. There's a lot of circumstances in England where you can keep the guns, and if you phone the police, that's it, it's gone, it's destroyed. I always make the effort to ID it first before making the phone call. I mean, yeah, but the only time I really call the police is for the explosives, and I've never had any trouble with my police. Like I said, I'm in a very small town in Dorset, and I think we literally only have 9 or 10 full-time police officers, and 3 of them know me on a first-time basis because they come out to my calls and they love it. It's interesting, you know. See, a lot of police get fed up with wasting their time, but for them, they get to stand by the river for a couple of hours waiting for the bomb squad, so they don't mind it.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, we have called them out one time, and that was when we found the live World War II artillery shell, and simply because we didn't know what to expect or what to do. And from watching the videos in the UK, we thought, well, you know, this could be bad because the pressure changes on it, and it was live. It still had the primer in it. We thought it best to call them out, which is funny to me. And like I've said this story a couple times already. In the UK, man, they block off every entrance and exit, and they block off bridges and whatnot.
Yep.
Here, Shannon and I blocked off the towpath to where we were, and here come 2 policemen. They asked Shannon, they said, "What did you do?" And she showed them what we had, that artillery shell, and they just picked up the bucket, looked at it, said, "Yep, that's probably World War II," and they just walked off carrying it, carrying the bucket, and they put it in the back of their police car, and they themselves took it to the EOD to dispose of it. You know, it's just funny. It's just funny.
Protocol there.
Yeah, that was pretty dodgy. I wouldn't have carried it in my car.
I see a lot of magnet fishers when they put up an EOD, they would leave it on the side and wait for the authorities to turn up. But you have to keep it in a bucket of water. You have to keep it in the shade. You change these things, it's going to come back on you. It really is.
Yeah, it absolutely.
So many people doing it the wrong way, and it terrifies me. It really does.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Grant. We are in Kentucky. I don't know if you really paid attention to where Kentucky is, Uh, we're like in the central part of the United States. Well, not well. I guess it's more on the eastern part of the United States, but it's in the middle.
Yeah.
There's no reason for a World War II artillery shell to be in our river. No reason.
Well, a lot of my theory when you find such items in the river is a veteran has brought it home, you know, as a keepsake, if you will. They keep it in a chest, in the cellar, the loft, the basement, wherever. Then they pass, and then the next of kin, family, their son or daughter, they find it and get rid of it, and they just take it to the river and just get rid of it. I reckon that's how a lot of them end up in the river.
Yeah, I reckon that is why. Here's another thing. Above this river, in one section, there were a bunch of houses that were basically bulldozed into the river in the 1950s. They didn't bulldoze them over into the river, and whatever was inside of the houses went into the river with them as well. And I suppose the veteran brought it back, like you said, as a souvenir. But that's a hell of a souvenir to bring home and
definitely.
To keep in your house.
They have to be souvenirs because two of my boom booms were World War I German egg grenades. They got no business being in England, so people have brought them back. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why there would be hand grenades from Germany in England. Did the German troops did not set foot in England, did they?
Set foot. They bombed the hell out of us in World War II, but they never set foot on English soil. So we must have brought them back. But the fact that I found two of them within a half-mile stretch of each other is a bit. They're very close to each other. Very close.
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially those types of grenades. Those are, I don't know how stable they are, to be honest.
Not very. The first one, I'll send you a picture. I mistook it for a door handle, an old door handle, or something you might see on a bed, like a bedpost. It was like an egg shape and had rivets in the middle. I just thought it was decorative. I took it home, put it in my pile of scrap to have a sort through and see what I want to clean, what I want to chuck away, as you do. I posted the video, and somebody sent me a message, and they're like, that's a grenade. You need to get rid of that right now. And he told me at 2 a.m, and I thought, I've got a street down here. So 6 a.m, I went to my local park, which is 10 minutes away, big, massive green field. And I just carried it there with a bucket of water and called the police from there. I wasn't closing down the whole street. They would not have been happy with that. And the park, I can see it from my window. It was 6 a.m. There's nobody there. It was the best thing to do. And I think it was the second or third time I was with the police. They give me a roll of cordon tape because I've dealt with them that many times. They're like, you know what? Just for the immediate area until we get here. It's not official police cordon tape. It's just blue and white. But they're like, you keep calling us, so maybe you could save some time here.
Here's something I don't think I've ever told on the live before. We pulled up something that was round, and we could tell it was old. So I'm knocking some of the stuff of it off with a hammer. Still wasn't getting much of it off. We bring it home, and Shannon's taking a drill and I can't think of what it's called, but it took a drill to it and it was cleaning it off. Turns out it was a track explosive. And we're sitting there beating on it.
I know they don't have very big explosives, but they can take things off quite easily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They can.
I fish the railway often, and I've never had one, thankfully.
Well, we've pulled up 3 or 4 now, I guess. Now that we know what they are, but the first one that Shannon pulled up, I mean,
very discreet. You would never know unless you knew.
Yeah, but we brought this thing home, and Shannon's sitting there with a drill on top of the work table, cleaning it off. I'm sitting there on the towpath with a hammer beating on it. Had no idea. I mean, we never.
We also check your crud. but sometimes it's best not to check the code.
Sometimes it's best not to check the stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
but how are you to know? I mean, how are you to
Yeah.
know if it's covered in an inch of rust? So,
Bob Kraft says the best thing to bring back from war is yourself. You're absolutely right,
Yeah.
Bob.
yeah.
Bob, did you serve in the military?
Mm.
I'm not sure if he did or not. Hertz said, love war items. Yeah, Barry, we do too.
hmm I love them. I was never big on history back when I was back in school in my education, but now whenever I find an item, I'm there for hours, all night, googling, searching, asking people in the know. I have to know everything about something after I find it. I don't have a lot of interest
Absolutely.
until I'm a visual learner. So until I see something in my face that I want to get involved in, I don't tend not to bother. But
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, to be honest, I was a big history buff back in school. Then I got
Yeah.
away from it once I got out of school, but and I didn't really get back into it until I guess my 30s or 40s. But now I love to research. I love doing the
I
research
love it.
on items.
hmm
Uh, it's really a challenge to do that. I mean, to find things. Everybody says Google has got everything you want on it. No, it
If you ask
doesn't.
the right questions.
And I mean, you've got to really research. And the bottles, I tell you what, man, I don't know if you've ever seen our bottle collection.
I've got a lot of friends that do the collecting. A lot of friends that do the bottle collecting. I'm just jealous that I don't have any sites local that I can get to. But the
Yeah,
problem with Google is Google doesn't give you the right answer. It gives you the most common answer.
that's right.
So you got to dig deep sometimes.
Yeah, you really do. I'm going to turn the camera around because I don't know how to make the camera big, but I'm going to turn the
Sure.
camera around. I'm going to show you the bottle collection. And this is
Yeah, I've
just,
seen some of
this
these. These are cool.
is just probably half of them.
That's awesome.
I don't know
So
if you
yeah,
can
I
see
must have
them.
only a dozen bottles of my own that I've just found in the river.
Yeah,
I
all
don't
of
have
these,
too many.
all of these are river finds. And there's probably, I think it's around 100 bottles sitting on our porch right now, but I've got another 100 scattered about everywhere. So, and Shannon, man, let me tell you, she is a bottle queen, man. She will dig and hunt and dig and just until she
There's
finds.
some nice porcelain there as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
But she,
No, I've not had much luck in the bottles.
yeah, a lot of people don't really get into it. But we were lucky to find. Well, this river we got is loaded with bottles, and I'm talking about bottles from the 1800s on up.
Nice.
We've got. I don't know if you've ever heard of laudanum, which is an opiate. It's what they used back in the 1800s.
Okay. I follow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those type
Like
of
I like
bottles.
the old poison bottles you get. They're probably my favorite.
Yeah,
I've
this
only got
type of
one those.
bottle.
Yeah, with the edging, with the visual edging, sorry, the physical edging, so you don't take by mistake.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
and this type. I don't know if you can see it or not. Have I got it on there?
Yeah, I see. That's nice.
So, and finding those are just amazing to me. And we've got, I mean, like I said, we've got hundreds of bottles that we found. But I guess my
See,
favorite.
they're worth a penny. They're worth a few, a little bit of money. But it's hard. I've got a cupboard full of stuff valuable, but I just can't part with it. I just
See,
can't. I found it. I've restored it. I've researched it, and it's like I'm not putting a price tag on it. I just can't do that.
Exactly, and that's the problem we got. We won't sell it. We won't sell items. we could, and we could probably make some decent money. In fact, I've got the only collection that I know of somebody that has found 4 of the same items off the
hubcaps.
The hubcaps.
Yeah, so I saw that a little while ago. That's cool. And they was all scattered along different parts of the stream as well.
Can you see
That's
them?
awesome. It has to be all from the same car. It has to be.
It has to be. There has to be a 1931 Model A.
The rest of it's down there. The rest of it's still down there.
The truck has got to be there because we have found other Model A parts.
Mm-hmm.
I found the rim, the actual rim to the 31 Model A Ford truck. I did the research. I counted the lug nuts on it. It's got the right amount of lug nuts, and it's got the right size rim.
You want to hope to get the license plate up, the plate. If you can get that, that will confirm it. All of our license plates are made of plastic. I never see anybody put any up over here. I get boat tags and stuff like that, but
let me show you this. Let me show you this. Can you see that?
That's awesome. What year we got there?
That is 1930.
Nice.
That's kind of a coincidence to find a 31 vehicle hubcaps and a 1930 plate. I think the oldest one we've got is this one, which is 1921. But
cool, man.
we've got 7 or 8 complete license plates, and the 21 is the earliest. And I can't. Somebody offered me $100 for one of the license plates, and I wouldn't take it.
You get attached to these old crusty little pieces of metal, don't you?
Yeah, I mean,
I think in 3 years I've only sold 2 or 3 items. 2 or 3 items. You know.
Yeah,
and that was I didn't want to either. It just had bills. So.
Oh, Johnny from Johnny's Corner is in the house. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
I'll see you in Nashville very soon, my friend.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be a good event.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
If nothing
else, just getting to a different place. I've got to get out of this city for a while. I'm all
change of scenery is always good. It's always healthy.
Yeah. Well, Shannon and I have not had a vacation or a holiday in 17 years.
Yeah.
You know,
for me.
Our last vacation was our honeymoon, and that's been almost 17 years ago.
Blimey.
And we've got to get away.
Have you been married 17 years or together 17 years?
We've been married for 17 years.
Wow.
Come this
15 years in December now.
Well, come this December to be 7.
Sorry?
And so you say you've got 3 kids and 1 on the way?
I've got three boys, and I've got another one due in 4 weeks' time. So it's getting the house ready at the minute, nesting, tidying up, just getting things ready. Nearly there. 4 boys keeps me busy.
Wow!
But in 10 years' time, I've got my own personal army of treasure hunters. So
that's great.
I got Charlie, my middle boy. He loves it. He's always out fishing with me and having a dig when we can. But I do most of my fishing on the school days because I do all the school drop-offs and all the school pickups. So I fish in between. And the weekends, it's all daddy duty. So I can only really take Charlie out once every couple of weeks, bless him. But he absolutely loves it. But he hasn't got the best attention span. He go out for about 20 minutes, catch a couple of things, and he's done. And he wants to go home. No, we're here for a couple of hours, mate. Enjoy it.
Well, we're waiting for the water to go down this summer so we can take Ezra out magnet fishing with us. He's been with us once, and he actually was on our YouTube video with it. But he actually absolutely loves it, and he loves the camera more than anything. He is a big hand.
Kids like the attention. Kids like the attention. I can't stand being on camera personally. Most of the time, I'm just POV. But it's just, to me, it's about the finds and the fishing. No one wants to see my ugly face.
Exactly, and that's the way we are. Well, I don't care. I don't mind being on camera. Shannon does not like being on camera. It doesn't bother me either way. But like you said, nobody wants to see me. They want to see the finds and whatnot. Little Ezra, come here, buddy. Yeah, I saw Johnny. Johnny popped in here, but here's my baby boy right here. Can you say hi, Grant? No, he's shy. You said hi. He's very shy, but he loves to do the camera himself. He'll hold the camera and walk around with it and say, "Hey guys, like and subscribe," and Team Kratos, baby.
Got him all trained.
And yeah, and he's recently been saying doing your granny's bit, which is hilarious. But Ezra, get off that. Anyway, well, it looks like we got Grandma and Grandpa duty here, so we're gonna have to try to get him calmed down. Grant, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you, mate.
We've been on for about 1 hour and 21 minutes, which is great.
Minus the 21 minutes of me messing around with the camera microphone.
Well, no, that's fine, brother. We always have technical difficulties.
I bought this laptop to make my life easier. I try editing on it, and it just does my head in. I just always go back to my phone. My phone does everything the laptop can do, but faster. So.
Yeah. And actually, most people nowadays say that, our phones, unfortunately, don't have the space on them to do that.
No, that's the only flaw. I'm constantly swapping out SD cards to make room for everything. So.
Yeah. But
anyway, I won't keep you up anymore.
Thank you so much, Grant, for being on. I would love to have you on again sometime.
Yeah, sure, anytime.
Okay. We will definitely do that later on in the year, probably, if that's okay with you.
Sounds good. Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
But thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. We really appreciate it. And if anybody in here has not subscribed to Grant Osborne, please do so.
Yeah.
Finders Keepers.
Most of my content's on Facebook. I am on all of the socials, but most of my stuff is on Facebook. I've given up on the YouTube. So at least getting monetized and doing long content. So I'm happy with the shorts. A lot happier with the shorts. It suits me more. So
absolutely. But go to his Facebook page as well. Finders Keepers, Grant Osborne.
Thank you.
Great guy, great channel, great page. And if you've got stuff that you found, post it on his page.
Yeah, that's what the page is for. I want to see everybody's finds.
That's right. He's been very very kind to us to allow us to post on there as much as we want to, and same for him. He can come to our page and post whatever.
We're all a community. We're all part of it. Also, we should all support each other. There's no one-man shows.
That's right. That's absolutely right. But thank you again. Thank everybody in the chat for stopping by. We really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get this posted up on YouTube. And Grant, thank you very much, brother.
No worries, George. Thank you very much.
Take care of yourself, my friend.
Take care. Have a good evening.